2025, a new generation is about to burst onto the Formula One scene.
The teams in F1 have said, wow, maybe we were wrong, and maybe we need to look more carefully at what those young drivers are doing.
They've earned their place on the grid. Now, they must prove they belong.
Rookie is just a name for when you start things. If you can perform when you are a rookie, that's amazing because it shows that you can adapt quickly. But sometimes you don't.
Finally, they're rating drivers based on their skills.
Oh my word, that was nearly horrible. Oliver Bearman, who's able to take the lead.
The rookies can prove that we deserve to be there.
The rookie means, to me, someone who is new and who is the underdog.
That was bold, brave, brilliant.
If you're getting to Formula One, you've got to be prepared to take on these legends of the sport.
Come on, baby!
These boys are ready.
Great start off the line.
3, 2, 1.
Kimi is a long-term future of the team, and that's why at a certain stage you have to jump in the cold water.
Big moment of brinkmanship. Antonelli gets there. Antonelli gets by.
Is he okay?
Really great to see the rookies doing so well, to see such great young talent coming through.
Still they fight. These two drivers bound for Formula One. Corner after corner. This is disaster.
To one day try to get a Formula One seat, that's the dream of everyone, I believe.
Gabriel Bortoletto, back-to-back titles in F3 and F2.
You'll deserve it.
It's such a special moment, get into Formula One.
Formula One has a long history of driver loyalty, with teams and drivers often forming enduring partnerships.
I remember going to the first test and meeting Lewis. From the very early moments on, I think we got on very well because we had the same mindset, and that was give it everything to win.
This season has shattered all expectations. It's a real new wave of change that has swept across the grid, ushering in a new era of unpredictability.
Highly unlikely he will ever race a Mercedes Grand Prix car again. What a partnership it's been.
The road to Formula One is a relentless climb. It's a pyramid rising to the very top of motorsport. You take young drivers, they've all got a dream. They're battling wheel to wheel in go-karts, and at that stage, they're learning the language of speed and sharpening their instincts. Then it starts to get serious. Formula 4, Formula 3, Formula 2. Each rung of the ladder is a test of talent and resilience. Because the cars get faster, the competition gets fiercer, and ultimately, the stakes get higher. And by design, only the elite emerge from this stage, ready to face what is the ultimate test, Formula One.
I'm CEO of Formula 2 and Formula 3 championships. My role is to run those two categories from the promoter side and to make sure that those categories are run successfully, to make sure that they always provide the best drivers to Formula One. When a driver wins the championship as a rookie in his first season, he's always considered to be very special by the Formula One world. But something that changed quite a lot over the years is the role of the Formula One team's drivers' academies. Those academies are following the drivers and helping them to go up the ladder if they're good enough. I don't think I have seen one driver that I thought was exceptional not making it to the next step. I never did that.
So the very first time Oliver jumped in a go-kart was Buckmore Park when he was 6 years old, and I reckon I could have run faster. But he enjoyed it, that was the important thing, and we took him back again and again, and each time he went a bit faster until eventually it comes to a point when clearly we were going to have to buy him a go-kart.
I had a great childhood, honestly, very fun. I got to do the sport that I loved on a weekly basis. I don't think there was a one standout moment when I said, Dad, I'm going to be a racing driver. Things just progressed pretty naturally. I think A380 for sure. It has to be, it's huge. Wow. How cool is that? It's twice the size of the 777.
Whenever Ollie's been given that moment, or when it's been time to, perform, he's stepped up. He's stepped up every time. And that's incredible to watch. But it's a trait he's always had as a kid going through karting. That's innate in Ollie.
There you go. I think out of all the junior teams I've worked with, because I've done testing with other teams in F4, I was racing with other teams, Prema just approached things slightly differently. Very professional, the closest team I've ever felt to being in F1. They've always been very strong and successful, and they have a great bunch of people within the team that just fuel that fire. And I started this season targeting the title. I had that firmly in my goals, and I think a lot of people expected me to be fighting for the title along with a few other people that eventually didn't. And then I had the call from Fred.
Over in the F1 paddock, Ferrari boss Fred Vasseur loses Carlos Sainz after the Spanish driver pulls out before FP3 due to illness. These moments in F1 are so rare. When they come around, they give you a shot to secure your future.
He called me 10 minutes before he told Ollie, saying, I'm taking your driver for the weekend. Ollie was on pole position with us.
That's a pole. Bravo, Ollie. Bravo.
Did it confirm?
Yes, that is going to be a real moment of satisfaction for Rennie Rosin and Prema.
I just saw the news that Behrman's going to race for Ferrari.
Oliver Behrman getting the promotion, sitting in for Carlos Sainz, who has appendicitis.
I think it's a testament to F2 in general, that I was able to jump straight into the F1 car and be competitive straight away. It's every kid's dream, It was such a proud moment for me, and I'm getting goosebumps actually talking about it now.
I'm really happy for Ollie. First chance in Formula One together with the Scuderia Ferrari is, of course, a dream for any of the single-seater drivers racing here, so I wish him the best of luck.
There were just so many things rushing through my head. Of course, first of all, that I would miss F2, or if I could actually do F2 and F1 on the same weekend, which I knew would have been a very big challenge, but of course it wasn't possible. And then just the fact that I had to really qualify an F1 car at the end of that same day, and I hadn't driven it at all.
I love that they've put an 18-year-old rookie in the car.
18-year-old promoted to Formula One, trying to make the top 10. It will be very, very tight with the walls so close. Talent is talent. Can Behrman find something absolutely magic at the end? Behrman trying to eliminate Lewis Hamilton, and he misses out by 0.03 of a second across the line.
So close, so close. That's why it hurts a bit more. I made a mistake on my first push, so I had to do it on the second, and the tyres aren't really the best there. So my mistake, and I'll take that one on the chin. Despite a lot of people telling me that there was no pressure, I did feel it a little bit. Despite people telling me they weren't watching and it didn't matter, I knew it mattered a lot.
Yeah, he did very well yesterday. For sure, it was a very late call and not an easy one, but he did well, that he was not far away to go in Q3. Now, we know the race is a bit more difficult because you have a lot of things to manage, the procedure for the start, for the pit stop. But he's quite relaxed that I think he can do it.
Really interested to see what this guy does. Ollie Behrman from 11th on the grid. Can he keep his nose clean? Can he score some points on debut? How many Grand Prix starts has he done?
Yeah, lining up on the grid was tough because I'd only done 2 practice starts before the race start. So actually I wasn't even sure if I'd make it off the line without stalling.
The intensity for him is going to be through the roof right now.
18 years of age, Ferrari's youngest ever Formula One driver, the man from Chelmsford in the United Kingdom, ready to take the start lights, put in there by team principal Fred Vasseur. There is his father nervously looking on.
It's going to be called up to get in the car, do an FP3 and then say, right, in your jump, this qualification was phenomenal. And certainly at a track like Saudi, that's no mean feat. I always found with Ollie that you put him under pressure, he performs even better.
The Saudi Grand Prix is underway. They all make their way through the first corners. That's Behrman off the road as he begins life in Formula One.
But I got it off the line. I didn't lose any positions, so that was really my goal of the start. And once I did that, I could really build up my rhythm and get into the race.
further down the field. I think Behrman got a pass on Sonoda, showing great instinctive racing skill.
He's looking very, very comfortable.
And Norris struggling a bit with tyres there. He's fighting with Hamilton as well. We can do it.
And it's points on debut for Oliver Behrman. Ferrari's youngest ever Formula One driver is a point scorer. Remember the name? We're going to be hearing Oliver Behrman spoken time and time again.
It was crazy to share the track with people like Alonso and Hamilton, and get the recognition from them was a real pinch yourself moment.
You have to say that Oliver Behrman's performance in Jeddah was absolutely one of the best rookie performances in recent times. To only get an hour of practice, to never run in that car before, at a super fast street circuit where just one moment was going to be punished, it was an incredibly impressive performance.
That's one of the very first time we saw him under such a pressurized situation. It's immediately obvious that he has a speed, but more than that, his ability to absorb much more information, understand the bigger picture. So everything as a total package, it was very impressive.
So I knew it was on the cards. I knew after Jeddah that we were really pushing hard with Haas and trying to get something across the line. But until I have the contract in front of me and put my pen on the dotted line, nothing is certain.
Oliver Behrman is announced for Haas at Silverstone. A really nice moment for him at his home Grand Prix.
Thank you so much, Ollie. Congratulations on the Haas drive.
He stops being a highly rated name in motorsport and starts being a fully fledged Formula One driver.
It's a great feeling. It's relief. It's a lot of things. I'm very, very happy to be here. It's time to calm down now.
I think if you're a rookie in Formula 2 and you're performing very well, then that should be recognized by Formula 1, and that's in the end why Ollie got all that recognition last year.
That race changed my life. The probability of getting into F1 is so small, and this opportunity is such a huge one that I really want to take it with both hands and make the most of it.
Ollie helped us a lot in Jeddah because suddenly it made it completely possible for everybody.
Andrea Kimi Antonelli. This was the name that you would have heard spoken in the paddocks of Formula 2 and Formula 1 all season long. He's a prodigy backed by Mercedes and carrying the weight of expectation and the promise of greatness at just 18 years of age.
I was born in Bologna, like my parents. It's a small city, but it's really nice. I still live there. I really love the city. I've been, at the racetrack because my dad, first of all, used to be a racing driver, and then since 1993, he decided to run his own racing team.
I think that we are a normal family. We try to do the best for our son. We have a normal life. Every day we go to work, and yes, I think that we need nothing of special. I think that we do the same thing that each family makes.
Well, I have scouted Kimi when he was 11 years old, racing in a mini category in go-karts, and he was already quite special.
We were coming back from a racetrack, and suddenly we got the call from Toto, and we were both, in the first place, we were quite shocked. They wanted to take me in the junior team. So yeah, it was a really special moment, especially because I was there with my dad.
We have been involved in Kimi's career since the age of 11 and seeing it progress. And at the beginning, you can't really connect to Formula One because he was such a baby boy.
Having the right people around you it's super important. I have to give a lot of credit to my family. They taught me basically everything.
Welcome back to Monza in Italy.
La Pista Magica. I love a bit of Monza.
FP1 with an Italian driver getting in the mix.
Kimi Antonelli, who's doing FP1 for the team on Friday. What kind of a talent is he?
I said a long time ago that I think that's who the team should choose moving forwards. He's one of those young, super talented kids that's come through.
When statistically the greatest driver ever leaves a team where he has rewritten the Formula One record books, that is a high bar to clear. That's a lot of pressure, but that's the task ahead of Antonelli, who has to get everything right in his rookie season, and to be quick, he has to be quick, instantly. Formula One has a rule that says that every single car has to be given up at least once all season to promote a young driver for just that session. It put Antonelli behind the wheel of future teammate George Russell's car.
Being in an F1 race weekend it's really nice. Obviously, it can bring a bit more pressure because obviously you're under the light of all the F1 teams.
We expect difficult moments. With Kimi, we can see that is because of his upbringing, his background, his family, also being part of our family for a long time. He's fierce.
It's a nice circuit, this one, for Kimi Antonelli, so to get up to speed. I love Monza. It's so different to everything. But it is actually, apart from being very low downforce, quite a simple track. 2 low-speed chicanes, 2 Lesmos in the middle of the track, then Ascari, and then the final corner, the Parabolica.
Well, he is one of the stories of the weekend.
And to be honest, this weekend he has a great opportunity. No mistake, show his talent, he has to show his speed. And then one thing that we need to remember is that he's so young.
Take it easy. Yeah. Don't hurt yourself and don't break the car. No. Give it easy. Ale. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
You're looking at Andrea Kimi Antonelli's father, who is about to see his boy wind it up on the soft tyres and attack the Monza circuit.
We see Toto Wolff. That's having a little bit of a chin wag with Kimi Antonelli.
So 10 seconds to green light.
Yeah, copy that.
And we'll go straight out here.
We are on board with Antonelli.
I tell you what, not leaving a huge amount of margin, right out wide on the exit of the second chicane.
I didn't expect to be so close.
Yeah, AFA, understood.
Welcome to Formula One, Kimi Antonelli, P1 on the soft tyre.
He didn't lack confidence, did he?
So all clear behind, and you're good to go.
Antonelli spins into the gravel and into the wall.
You okay? Are you okay?
Is he okay?
Stand by.
Yeah, sorry.
Kimi, all good. All good, Kimi.
The 18-year-old, the hope for Mercedes in future years, into the barrier on his first outing in Formula One.
There's no doubt he has the talent, the ability, the skills, and now it's about allowing him space to grow up within this crazy, tough, ruthless environment.
It's funny to say, but he's like a second dad to me because also he tries to support me in every time. No matter it's a good moment or a bad moment, he's always there for me.
Breaking news, possiamo dirvi finalmente che è ufficiale, la Mercedes ha ufficializzato che dal 2025 Kimi Antonelli guiderà per il team tedesco.
Let's go. The ones that deserve to be on the top are there. So I really just want to wish to the new couple, you know, a great success.
We're not getting married.
Yeah, it's a good couple, it's a good energy, it's a good motivating, you know, fresh blood is always good.
Toto, well, the news is out. You've got Kimi Antonelli in the car next year alongside George Russell. How good is it to finally have it out there in the public domain?
It's good. I think Italy is going to go bananas with the next superstar. And I also told him that, you know, this is the last week you're living in anonymity.
Yeah.
The moment this is out, it's not going to be that easy anymore to go for pizza because people will recognize you.
It feels quite weird in the first place, but obviously I'm super excited for the next step.
It's the best gift that Mercedes, I think, could do to Kimi.
When I look back, I can say it's been a great journey. Of course, it's gonna feel weird not to finish my junior career. Yeah, I'll just keep all the nice memories from the past few years.
We will protect him, we will allow him to grow. Kimi is a long-term future of the team, and that's why at a certain stage you have to jump in the cold water.
on the Goldie, reset. You know, especially being at this time of the year, the surf starts to get really good as we go into winter. And, you know, some of the activities that I get to do at home and have the possibilities, you know, to kart, to drive, to, you know, have such an amazing weather, which is not really guaranteed in Europe at all times. We've got it very good, and I think, you know, I think we're super lucky that we're an island in the middle of nowhere, because if not, I think this place would be mobbed. You know, I left home when I was 13, and it was obviously a part of your childhood where you're getting a little bit more freedom from your parents. You're allowed to, you know, hang out with friends a little bit more, you know, be out of the house, and yeah, obviously that's when I kind of, you know, went over to chase this dream, which I'm super happy about. You know, I wouldn't change a thing, but it just makes it obviously extra special when I get to come home and see everyone and really, you know, spend time with those friends that I built the relationship with way back then. Gosh. I think we just got it way too good here. If you're not happy here, I don't know, you could be happy anywhere. I think you have the best of both worlds, really, and we're super lucky here.
Well, Jack Doohan didn't get his chance immediately. He went into what's called the reserve driver role. And sometimes that can really play to your advantage. You're working with the team behind the scenes, you're in the simulator a lot. You can be the reason back at base that a weekend gets turned around for the drivers competing wherever in the world that they are. But you can build some big relationships there, and that might be behind the reason that he got the promotion to the full race seat.
Hey Jack, how are you? How are you? Good, mates.
So this is Zach. That's from the Oz Grand Prix.
Amazing.
Yes. So he's going to ask you some questions for the Oz Grand Prix, and that'll be useful like promotional material.
Perfect. It's more about how you got into F1 and your debut coming up. So.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Amazing.
Sweet. Test, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Hello, 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 hello. Awesome.
Could you tell us the moment you found out you're about to become a full-time F1 driver?
Just before the summer break, mid-season at the Spa Grand Prix, and it was on the Monday after the Grand Prix when Carlos was announced that he was signing for Williams. I knew that was the piece, let's say, in the chessboard that needed to be moved before I could have, you know, my slot. And that night, on Monday night, I realised that I'll be racing in an unreal few days.
Did you call mum and dad straight away, or?
Yeah, dad was with me, which was super cool. And then, yeah, I spoke with my mum, to be honest, on Monday evening once I found out, and then signing and being able to go home that Wednesday night was an amazing feeling.
Look, it's very rewarding to see him, because he's the one who sort of asked me if he won another championship in Australia, if I'd take him to Europe go-karting. He was the one who sort of wanted to do that, and then it's been a ride from there, and the drive and determination that he has had. So to see it actually pay off is so rewarding as a father. But I know that he's fully immersed himself into the team, into the sim work. He's been doing plenty of mileage in the older cars, and so he's embraced that. And I think that's the thing. He knows if he wanted to go to the next level, he needs to put in that groundwork. You know, I'm not just saying that as a father, I'm saying that as somebody who's had that mindset himself. And I can see it in Jack sure, I've given him a bit of guidance, but he's got that drive and dedication himself.
One driver stepping into this weekend, Jack Doohan, who will be replacing Esteban Ocon. Bombshell news at the end of the Qatar Grand Prix last time out that Esteban will be leaving Alpine one race early, of course, ahead of Haas next year.
Yeah, I'm super grateful for Luca, De Meo, Flavio and Ollie for this opportunity. You know, being a part of the program since the end of 2021, and to finally be the first Academy driver to race, and my debut race this year ahead of next is amazing.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how he's going to do. Obviously difficult for me because I want to support him, but also at the same time he's got to deliver as well. And we are seeing other rookies are getting in and delivering. Some have a tough time when they get in, and some hit the ground running.
I'm, you know, excited, proud of the boy, and nervous as well, just being part of the unknown, I guess. Same as any time he's raced in any division. So. But I mean, what he's been able to do through the junior categories to get himself seen by these guys, and then for Alpine to pick him up and and give him an opportunity to walk before the start of 25 is fantastic.
No matter where I get to or where I've even gotten, it's super important, and something that I always want to do is keep my feet firmly on the ground. It's very easy, in this world and also in the high performance world, or not even just when you're in the spotlight for things to get away from you. But my dad's always been very firmly on my case from a young kid of just making sure I stay super humble.
And the season finale is underway.
It's something that I value very much, especially when I see famous celebrity and, they're just another regular, as we were saying, I was Joe Blow, and you wouldn't tell the difference. So that's super important for me.
Monza has a wonderful history of providing mighty twists. Apply it to this championship in this year, and who knows how it plays out.
I think I'm very aggressive when I need to be. I think a lot when I'm driving, so I'm a guy that I don't take unnecessary risks, for no reason.
Bortoleto will just be ticking off the corners now. He knows what it means for his career to have turned this into a title battle. We have commentated on some extraordinary days in Formula 2. He is on his way to finish first, a result that changes the championship picture entirely. Having started in 22nd position, Gabriel Bortoleto takes the win, last to first at Monza.
It's not how you start, but how you finish. That's how we do it, boy.
There's no words that can express what I'm feeling now. This morning I've been, imagine exactly the situation. My car coming to the P1 board. Even if the chances were less than probably 1%, we did it. We had the pace, we were flying on track, and we achieved the impossible.
That type of drives that make you convincing that the talent and potential is in there. Just saw the very last laps. He was leading, clearly leading. Wow, impressive.
Yeah, he's a great racing driver. We don't have an open seat. We're very happy, obviously, with our two Grand Prix drivers.
How important would it be for the country of Brazil to have one of their own back on the Formula One grid again?
I think it's very important. With the legacy you have from racing, the passion for motor racing, we need a Brazilian driver.
We come from a country that is a lot of poverty. There is a big disparity from where we live in Brazil. And when you represent a country in a sport like we do, you are reaching now all of them, and you made all this feeling the same. I couldn't be born in a better country to represent, to be honest. I never had so much, let's say, attention in a race weekend as I had it in Brazil, so much media, and now the rumors were coming out that weekend as well, so went a little bit crazy with the rumors and now the TVs. Are you going to be racing next year or not? What is going on?
It was a tough weekend for him because he knew he had signed, but he couldn't tell anyone.
What can you tell us about your future and where it's looking like it may be potentially?
I mean, obviously a lot of talks about my future, but what I'm focused on right now is to win F2. And I leave all the negotiations, all the talk to Fernando, Alberto and Albert, that are my managers, and I'm sure they're going to do the best job possible.
Bring you a bit of breaking news now for Formula One fans, and it's big news because Sauber have signed a Brazilian 20-year-old Gabriel Bortoleto.
Bueno, pues me la espero calmada, porque es un chico muy preparado, un chico que ha hecho ya buenos años ahora en la Fórmula 3, Fórmula 2 y va a tener una buena preparación también durante el invierno, pero bueno, la Fórmula 1 siempre es diferente a cualquier otra categoría, así que tiene que estar listo. El empezar un equipo que tampoco tiene grandes expectativas como Sauber el año que viene, pues le ayudará también a manejar un poco la presión, y así que creo que va a ser el primer año de una buena carrera.
It was the best thing, man, because as soon as I put that out, we announced, and it was over. was finally like a dream coming true, literally. Like everything I worked my entire life is happening right now. So my biggest dream, that we know how difficult it is to get to F1 nowadays, it's achieved. So everything I've worked of paid off.
He's a top Brazilian driver. I'm so happy that he chose us. He was really, I would say, so enthusiastic about the Audi F1 project, because it's really starting from zero, and I think that it's exactly the right mindset I was looking for.
It seems like that he's learning quickly and is able to adapt to a new situation and new cars. I expect him to be strong and quick, and obviously we have an experienced guy now with me and a rookie with him, so an exciting lineup.
Seems like it was a long, long time ago, but it was in the beginning of last year. He came really out of nowhere.
My father was always very passionate about motorsport. You know, Senna and everything in Brazil was a big thing, and he used to watch a lot. I think he met Senna once in his life. He became like a hero, an inspiration for everyone in Brazil and for him. My father was passionate about that, and then my brothers also liked racing. You know, my father used to bring my brother to rental karting, and everything started because of him. My father never pushed any of us, to be honest, never, because he knew how expensive it was. My brother started, and I was asking him every single day of that moment, you know, please let me drive, let me drive, let me drive. And at some point he was like, okay, I'll let you do a race. It's the best thing ever to have a family like I do. I couldn't ask for more than this.
Pode bater na frente das câmeras?
No, it was a moment in my family in Brazil as well, that my father to make the effort to make me like race in Europe, you know, to send me to Italy at the time. It was very expensive. Today I see how much effort he was putting together with my mom and my brother and everyone to make me race. Because my brother was already in Europe. He was probably the most important in the sense of he could decide to stay racing or not, and you know, super grateful for that. Getting to F3 wasn't straightforward as you think. It was very tough and not easy. Giacomo really took a chance on me.
Gabriel Bortoleto wasn't associated with an F1 team when he first came into Formula 3, but winning the title changed everything, and he signed with McLaren.
The little boy that I met last year, he has changed enormously. The way he looks, he got taller, I don't know how, and the way he treats everyone around him, he feels much more safe within his own self. He feels more confident. Maybe he has calmed down a little bit. So he's got the aggression, but it's controlled when it needs to be controlled.
We had a lot of problems with cars and engine in other series, so I was always also very disappointed by everything I was doing, because I could see the potential I had, but never able to show on track. I've seen a lot of guys I've always fight in go-karting, that they were all like Ferrari, Alpine, this, that, you know, and I didn't have anything like this at the time. And then I went to F3, did this immediately, you know, gave me some extra confidence. And I was super happy, because then things started to come, McLaren and, you know, every junior team and opportunities here and there. So it was, yeah, it was I think best thing was confidence, definitely.
For the family and the management, the program was to do a top 5 this year and to win next season. In his head, he wanted really to win it.
And the sprint race is underway. Good launch from third, but immediate crash for those in second and third.
It was a slow getaway from Bortoleto, and then the field just started to stack up behind him.
He said to me recently, when things started to go wrong, I was over-studying and trying to understand every single bit. Why is this wrong? And then he wasn't improving while he was doing that. It was only when he started to have fun again that the results started to come.
Formula 2 is underway in Qatar, and Gabriel Bortoleto, a dream getaway and first place pace in the race. Antonelli into the gravel trap to bring out the yellow flag.
Okay, VSC, stay out. Were you inside or outside? I think inside, mate.
Bortoleto going for it. That's a late defence, but Bortoleto is determined to take the place. What an effort from Gabriel Bortoleto, who had to bail out of stopping. He will cross the line first, but I don't think the gap will be enough. Paul Aaron will take the win when the penalty is applied, and Isaac Hadjar will outscore his championship rival. And there's half a point in the Drivers' Championship. What an extraordinary scenario.
You've got a feel for him there because he did everything right in that race, barring what I think was a really unfortunate call. He really had to battle for that one.
Obviously disappointed because we won on track, so you always want to keep the wins you have, but it's fair penalty. I did a mistake. I crossed the line after it was allowed.
The best way to guarantee yourself promotion to Formula One is to be a rookie champion in Formula 2. All of the top talent managed to achieve that.
He impressed me the way he's driving, but he impressed me more as a person. What will be the F1, we will see what we can achieve, but I think he's got all the soft skills which are required to become really a champion in the future.
Most difficult thing is when you have those low moments, you feel like your world is falling apart because it's all your life racing. You know, you're far away from home and there's actually like no one you truly know to make you feel a bit better. So I would say these are the hardest moments in motorsport.
Is Isaac Hadjar chasing another victory in FIA Formula 2. It would be his third of the season.
I would say I've never felt before the pressure of the last chance, you know. I gave it everything. Luck is just not on my side.
Absolutely extraordinary. Has O'Sullivan got the track position? He has!
He has! And I thought, I mean, this is it, right? It's game over.
O'Sullivan gambled and his number came up. He's got the race lead, but he's got an absolutely furious Isaac Hadjar behind, who won't believe he's been robbed of this one.
Man, are you joking? Are you joking? No, mate. I told you if I had to push or not. You said no. Come on. Yeah, that's Monaco. Last lap. Man, you know what? Don't talk to me, okay? I don't want to talk. It's a joke.
Be a really tough day in the office, and you know, you jump out of the car after a tough session. You've got Helmut Marko waiting for explanations and everything, because sometimes you didn't do nothing wrong, but it's really a tricky situation, and plus the fact that you're disappointing yourself. So unfortunately, it's not really an individual sport. There's much more involved, so yeah, it takes a lot mentally to be ready.
He handled the pressure very well, and I think, to be honest, surprisingly, the pressure was more the previous year in his rookie campaign in F2. I think he had a very tough introduction to F2. He struggled quite a lot, and the results were not what he was used to. The pace wasn't there, so there was a lot of question marks, and I think he thought his career was over then. He entered this season with a lot more belief, a lot more confidence, and I think what the pressure was there in terms of, because the results were required, the pressure that was put on himself was less than the previous year because he had so much more confidence.
You know, certain drivers say, when I put the visor down, I'm a different person, different animal, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, I feel really composed when I drive. I think a lot. I'm aware of the danger. I wouldn't say I'm different to the guy I'm outside. So yeah, maybe I'm less aggressive than what people think. So yeah, but obviously the radio button makes me look like a really angry guy.
How do you make this mistake on the first place? How does that happen? Come on!
I know I'm passionate, it's for sure, and angry at times.
Yeah, they were cruising like it's holidays.
crucial thing in terms of basically the junior team and the F1 team is that whatever we do in the junior team is with the culture and the approach of the F1 team, using the same method, using the same tools, which means that what Isaac learns, he learns it within an F1 environment.
I got to be part of Red Bull for another year. They were clear about it. It's the last chance, obviously, to make it to F1. They put me at Campos. They decided it. But then when I looked at their season and previous years, I really saw like potential in the team. With a stronger driver, they could maybe deliver some really good races.
At the beginning it was difficult, but we make every driver feel good in our team, and this is important for them to deliver. We show them that we trust them, and then they will trust in us. This is one of the more important things that my father showed me, that there is always more to extract from the driver than from the car. So if the driver is 100%, the car, if you do the basic things properly, he will be on top.
You know, it started really wrong. I had all the pace in the world, right? But I couldn't get the results.
He's got a problem. He pulled off with a reliability problem. There is the car of Hadjar as they make their way down, and that's surely then out of the race.
I thought the F1 was pretty much over, even though there was like a lot of rounds left, but you don't turn around things like this. But actually we did, from Melbourne, and we had mega momentum.
Come on, come on, come on!
He wants this win, Gabriel Bortoleto, but Isaac Hadjar wants it just as much for Campos Racing.
Yes! Hardest race of my life, man. Thank you so much, boys. Oh, la, 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 la.
The Red Bull Junior is performing superbly.
Come on! Vamos, vamos, vamos!
Bon, sinon ça va? Eh bien, tu bosses quoi aujourd'hui, ça va?
When called upon, he really delivered and he did very well. When he was given the tools to perform, he performed extremely well. So there's not much I can criticize for his performance.
Okay, see you next week.
I always had a brilliant car up until Spa. You know, I really felt like we were dominant as a team, and you know, we even built like that 36 points lead, which is not easy to do in F2. But then again, we had those low moments, but now we're back.
We have time to crown a champion. That time is now. Great start off the line from Bortoleto, who blazes into the lead.
Come on now.
Extraordinary, extraordinary. Hadjar didn't get off the line, and the title battle as we know it has come to an end.
It's the worst moment of my life, right now. Yeah, imagine it. Same for me.
And he traipses down to the end of the pit lane to continue, but more than a lap down now, Isaac Hadjar.
He needs something miraculous to happen. He has the fastest lap, and he's hoping for a safety car intervention.
I don't know how we can mess up the start to that race of the season.
F3 champion, now F2 champion.
The moment has arrived for the Brazilian driver. Gabriel Bortoleto is the Formula 2 champion of 2024. Back-to-back titles in F3 and F2 for the boy from Brazil.
Let's go! Let's do it! Let's go! We did it!
Yeah, it's been amazing year, amazing to work with you. We're gonna miss you, mate, and all the best for the future in F1.
Gabriel Bortoleto, you are the 2024 Formula 2 champion. How good does that sound?
It's the best feeling in the world. I cannot explain what I'm feeling right now. It's just so much adrenaline, so much happiness. Everyone is here to support me. All my family, my sponsors, I hope Brazil watching us today, woken up at 6 a.m. in the morning there, and I gave them back happiness on the Sunday mornings. It's a dream for me to win F2 in a row after F3. As a rookie, it's just amazing, and I'm not thinking right now. I'm in another planet.
It's going to be a very tough rookie season, especially for Sauber. He knows that. I think part of my job is to manage expectations, because there will be the Brazilians who watch Formula One, and there will be the Brazilians who will watch Gabriel. And they will be expecting much more than maybe what he can actually give.
There are a number of young new drivers coming into F1 next year. What's your advice for them? Things to do, not to do in the early days?
Enjoy it. Cherish those moments. The driving, to be honest, is probably the easiest part of the job. It's everything else that comes with Formula One. There's a lot more attention versus F2 is a big leap in that regard.
Ask lots of questions. Take your time. Don't let the negativity get to you, because people are so negative nowadays, judging you non-stop. Keep your family and your closest friends close to you, because they are the only ones that are your true friends, and they're going to be there for you when they go and get stuff.
The final seat to complete the 2025 Formula One grid has been filled. Isaac Hadjar has signed for Racing Bulls.
The title defeat in Abu Dhabi could have cost Isaac Hadjar promotion to Formula One. For a proud driver who wears his heart on his sleeve, you could see how much the defeat hurt. But he had time to reflect. With that F1 seat in his pocket, he can use the defeat as fuel for 2025.
Here I am, Formula One. Just want to prove myself, because I have the belief in me that I can be the best in the world. Go against the best in the same car and beat him.
The 2025 season has so many great stories, and the rookies, they're definitely a key part of that. They'll need to bring everything they've learned from Formula 2 to keep their seats in Formula 1. That's just the reality of it. But we have a special group of drivers joining the grid, and there's a couple in there who could go on to great things.
I didn't want to be the only rookie. I wouldn't have known anyone on the grid, so I'm very happy that I have some people coming with me into Formula One.
If you would have told me at the beginning of this season, we'll have so many drivers in F1 at the end of the season, I would not have believed it. These boys are ready, and they are ready for Formula One, and that's something that is very, very important to say, and that this year has been demonstrating quite a lot.
Honestly, I think it's that specific generation, which is proving to be very fast and being competitive. Because if the drivers and young drivers would not be fast enough, they would not be the choice.
I think everyone's dream, right, to be the best. So my dream, if I'm very honest, is to be one of the greatest. Well, the greatest.
Been a long time coming, a lot of patience, a lot of time with the team. So to be finally in this position, knowing that next year I'll be on the grid, it's surreal.
Honestly, I think no one can ever replace Lewis because he's such a great driver, such a great figure in the sport. We're in a grid with the 20 best drivers, so it's gonna be tough. With Mercedes, they're like a second family to me, so I'll just try to do the best job as possible and try to make the team happy.